You're watching 11 Alive Morning News. 11 minutes of nonstop news starts now.
We are looking at a pleasant start to the holiday weekend. Will it remain that way all weekend long? I'll let you know in the full forecast straight ahead.
All right, the roadways, you're enjoying them right now. That's the live look showing the connector north and southbound. Got a few folks out there, but the airport's getting crowded. Molly Oak is out there.
The passengers getting ready to fly and enjoy their weekend. Take a look at the lines here at Hartsfield Jackson as tons of people are making their way through. We have noticed a lot more passengers than we were seeing at 5 a.m. Even 6 a.m. now. We're starting to see some passengers getting backed up into the atrium. We did just talk with the airport. They say they are expecting hundreds of thousands of people to come through the weekend.
Today is going to be one of the busiest days. We expect to see about 330 to 350,000 passengers throughout the airport today. Think about that. That's what, 5 times the Dome if we were to have a Falcons game out here, people coming in and coming on out. So it's going to be very, very busy.
Very, very busy indeed. We also asked about TSA staffing levels. Earlier they had said that they're back up to normal, so everyone should be able to move through easily. Guys.
Molly, thank you. And Georgia's Department of Natural Resources is expecting record boaters and swimmers out on Lake Lanier this weekend. They are reminding you, don't forget to wear your life jacket at all times and never drink and go boating. Staying with your 11 minutes of nonstop news, some new details this morning in the killing of rapper and Metro Atlanta native Takeoff.
A man accused of killing the Migos member last November has now been indicted on murder charges. Police arrested Patrick Clark a month after the shooting outside of a private party in Houston, Texas. Takeoff was there with his fellow Migos member and Uncle Quavo when an argument broke out. The two people opened fire on each other and Takeoff was caught in the crossfire.
Prosecutors have decided not to retry Ross Harris. He was convicted of murder 2 years after leaving his son Cooper in a hot car and sentenced to life without parole. But in 2022, the state Supreme Court reversed his conviction. Harris will not be getting out of prison right now. He still has to serve the remaining portion of his 12-year sentence for a separate conviction in an abuse case.
Today may be the day Covington police officer shot in the head could leave the hospital. Officer Rashad Rivers had surgery on his jaw Thursday. Covington police say he is now awake and in good spirits, and if all goes well, he will go home today. And that was a look at your Friday morning headlines.
A great Memorial Day weekend ahead, Chesley.
Absolutely. Weather-wise, it's going to be great. Small chances for rain. They're there, but for the most part, we're going to be on the dry side. You can see some clouds building off to the east of us. Some will move through our area, but not too much to write home about at all. Temperature-wise, we're in the 60s. Got some 50s sprinkled in here. You got 60 right now in Conyers. Over toward Covington, you're at 59 degrees. McDonough, down through Locust Grove, you're at 60. 61 degrees in Noonan. Peachtree City, the same. Chattahoochee Hills, the same. In southern Fulton County. 55 degrees in Hiram over in Paulding County. You're looking at 55 degrees in Temple and northern Carroll County as well. Marietta, you're at 61 degrees, 60 in Tucker, 61 also in East Point at the current tower. Here's your what to wear forecast. You can get away with the short sleeves today. Temperatures should be in the upper 70s. Some spots will get as high as 80, maybe a little over 80 today. I'm going to call it a mild afternoon for us with partly sunny skies. Probably the mostly sunny skies will be the call through the afternoon. Notice these low threats for rain as we head into the weekend. 20% chance or less for a lot of our area, unless you're far to the east. That way, or over toward the east, our rain threat will be a little bit higher, and our temperatures will be going up as we head into next week as well. Take a look. Not a whole lot going on throughout the southeast, even up and down the eastern seaboard. We're watching the rain that's off the coast. It's sliding back to the west, and so that will impact. Yeah, if you're going to beaches, maybe Myrtle Beach, maybe Hilton Head over in South Carolina, even our coastline as well. We'll get in on some of this rain. As that area of low pressure pulls to the north, it will impact our easternmost counties right along the border between South Carolina and Georgia. That won't happen until we get towards Saturday. Today, we're watching a front up to the north. It's falling apart, but as it moves to the south, could provide a sprinkle or two in the higher elevations of the North Georgia mountains. Again, just a sprinkle or two. That'll be it. This area of low pressure now has about a 10% chance for tropical development, although we don't think it will become a named storm. It will just kind of move further off to the north. Now, models were showing that it could begin to push a little bit further to the west. If it does, it would increase our threats for the rain. But right now, we look on the dry side, especially for today. There's those few sprinkles up here. It could get as far south as Rome, Georgia, but that's about it. It'll fade away. We'll start you off with mostly sunny skies on Saturday morning. Stay that way through early afternoon, late A few more clouds will move into the area, but you notice the rain itself stays mainly over toward our east and pushes up to the north. Now, we'll get some wraparound from this as we head into Sunday, so our clouds will begin to increase once we get to the latter afternoon with a small threat for rain. We'll give it a 20% chance on your Sunday. Monday the same, but we should be clearing out, and temperatures will rebound on Monday as well, up to 80 for the high temperature. By Tuesday, Wednesday, starting to creep right on up there, closer to the 90-degree mark for Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah. It's the unofficial start to summer over the weekend, and we'll feel it as we head into next week.
Crash, thank you. While you were sleeping, we learned a Clayton County corrections officer was arrested and fired.
The sheriff says Sean Hollenshed is accused of arranging a vicious attack on an inmate. Hollenshed is facing several charges here, including criminal negligence. The Clayton's Sheriff's Department says Hollenshed knowingly placed an inmate in a high-risk housing unit where he was stabbed and beaten.
This morning, we have an update on that scary crane collapse in Midtown, and it's not one that people in the area want to hear. Contractors told us they are still working to remove the crane piece by piece. Roads in that area are still closed, and people living in that 10s on West apartment building, they still can't go back home. Most are staying in a shelter or at a hotel nearby.
This summer, people dealing with debilitating pain and other conditions will have some more access to medical marijuana in Georgia.
When you hurt like that, you don't want to get out. You don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to see anybody. You don't want to talk to anybody. You're kind of stuck in a misery ball, if you will.
Steve Morse is a Navy veteran who's been dealing with decades of pain and PTSD. It led him to True Leave, one of 2 companies in Georgia where you can get legal medical cannabis. Around 28,000 people are registered for cannabis in Georgia as patients. Doctors have prescribed low-dose THC oil to treat 18 different conditions. This week, the Georgia Access to Medical Cannabis Commission approved another True Leave location in Noonan.
An unforgettable night for AT Aliens. Last night's Braves games brought out fans of Atlanta's legendary duo Outkast, since the whole night was dedicated to the group Big Boy through the first pitch. Some lucky fans were even able to leave with these Outkast bobbleheads. And take a look at this wild time lapse. It looks like the whole world was there, including Miss Jackson. Everything from the food to the music dedicated to Outkast. To make things even sweeter, the Braves won last night's game.
And if you're hitting the road or going to be out and about, maybe do some shopping for the weekend, you're looking at temperatures getting up to 72 degrees by noon. On our way to 78 for an afternoon high. It'll be a pleasant afternoon for us with those easterly winds at about 14 miles per hour. 77 degrees by 6 o'clock if you're going out to see the Phillies get revenge on the Braves beat the Phillies. That's what I meant to say. 73 degrees on Saturday, 74 on Sunday, and then back to the 80s by Monday, Memorial Day.
Ending on a light note today, a senior spotlight salute to Amaya Johnson, graduated from Cedar Shoals High School yesterday. Her mom sent us a message saying she is so proud of her only child. Congratulations to Amaya and all the class of 2023.
All right, hope you have a wonderful and safe weekend. Today's show is coming up next.